Good morning, good afternoon, participants. My name is Tadili Ferrede from the Macroeconomics and Governance Division of the Economic Commission for Africa. I will be presenting a toolkit known as Integrated Planning and Reporting Toolkit, which is developed by ECA. In this presentation, I will give you some highlights, the purpose and the functionalities of this toolkit in development planning and reporting. Now, just to give you background, African member countries have made several continental and global agreements and commitments, such as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, the continental-wide agenda that's known as Agenda 2063, the Paris Agreement, the Sendai Framework on Disaster Risk Reduction, and other agreements. So this graph shows you the evolution of different agreements, starting from the Millennium Development Goals to the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, what does that mean in terms of implementation, in terms of mainstreaming? So countries are signatories to these different development agendas. This means they need to simultaneously implement these commitments. Not only implement, but also they should report the status of these development agendas. In the period of sustainable development, new generation of development plans, especially national development plans, should be resilient, inclusive, and coherent. So coherent in terms of vertical and horizontal. I will come to that in a minute. The meaning of vertical coherence and horizontal coherence. In any case, the new generation of development plans should be resilient, inclusive, and should be integrated. But the traditional planning approaches and tools are found to be inadequate in terms of designing resilient and inclusive national development plans. What does that mean? This calls for the need for new planning approaches and also tools that take into account continental and global agreements. Now, there are three questions that should be answered. The first one is, do multiple development agendas speak each other? This is what called the horizontal coherence. This question implies that whether there are commonalities among the different continental and global development agenda. Are there trade-offs among them or between them? The second question is, how can these agendas be embedded into national frameworks and harmonize reporting? So how can we mainstream and integrate these continental and global development agendas into national development plans and also a harmonized reporting system? The third question is, how can countries leverage or maximize synergies and reduce trade-offs among multiple development initiatives? These are three questions should be answered in order to design a resilient, inclusive, and coherent national development plans. So these questions can be addressed through a coherent integration of these multiple development agendas into national development frameworks. Now, integration involves both horizontal and vertical. Horizontal coherence refers to identify linkages among multiple development agendas. For example, are there commonalities between SDGs and Agenda 2063? which goals are aligned, and are there differences among these between these development agendas. That's what called, if you are looking at the alignment between different continental and global development agendas, that's what you call horizontal coherence. We are looking at 2 or 3 global development agendas, whether they are aligned or not. Vertical coherence refers to the alignment between international development agendas and national or subnational priorities or development plans. Now, the vertical refers to whether the national development plan integrates the continental development agenda, like Agenda 2063, or SDGs, into the national development plans. In terms of also, at the same time, the national development plan should be internally coherent. Coherent meaning that are the goals, targets, indicators of the national development plan interlinked and mutually reinforcing. Meaning that make sure that when designing national development plans, the goals, the targets, and indicators should be mutually reinforcing with minimal or no trade-offs among these. So a national development plan should reflect these attributes. And there is also what you call prioritization sequencing. What does that mean? This refers to the idea that not all interventions have equal impacts in terms of reducing poverty, in terms of reducing unemployment, or ensuring macroeconomic stability, and so on. So we need to prioritize interventions and sequence accordingly. Now, in terms of ECA has been mandated to develop an integrated and reporting planning and reporting toolkit by the 2016 Conference of Ministers. The Conference of Ministers gave or requested ECA and African Union Commission to develop a tool that helps align development agendas at national and subnational levels. So this toolkit should help member countries to align both continental and global development agendas into national development plans. That's where the mandate is coming from. Now the next question is, what is ECA's integrated planning and reporting toolkit? What are the basic properties or attributes of this toolkit? This tool facilitates alignment or integration of Agenda 2030 and Agenda 2063 at goal, target, indicator levels. This is what's called horizontal alignment. It also simultaneously allows for assessing the alignment of national development plans with SDGs and also Agenda 2063. And that's what's called vertical alignment. And it also helps assess the degree of alignment by sector and dimension. By sector, for example, agriculture, industry, health, what have you. By dimension, it refers to like environment, economic, social. So this toolkit provides the extent of alignment either by sector or by dimension or both. It also simultaneously reports on the integration of both agendas into national development plans, meaning that the toolkit generates reports regarding the level of integration of both agendas into national development plans. So the toolkit also generates reports that can serve as the voluntary national reviews for the high-level political forum. So it also tracks performance of national development plans and assesses gaps between the actual performance and the targets. So you can also track the progress attained so far. Another attribute of the toolkit is that it also identifies reasons for non-integration. If there is no alignment, if there is weak alignment between continental and global development agendas vis-a-vis the national development plans, the toolkit asks the reasons for non-integration. And that also serves as a basis for developing or designing a capacity development plan. Now, let us compare the IPRT, the ECS integrated planning and reporting toolkit with rapid integrated assessment and mainstreaming acceleration and policy support toolkits or maps, RAA and maps. There are also other toolkits like RAA and maps. Automated. Is the toolkit automated? Which of the tools, which one of the tools is automated? You can see that only the ECS IPRT is automated. It's a web-based toolkit. Automation is not found in array or maps. Which toolkit is useful in terms of performance tracking? It is only the ECS IPRT. As you can see, ECS IPRT helps track performance. And also integration of Agenda 2030. Yes, both the three of the tools help integrate Agenda 2030 into national or subnational development plans. What about integration of Agenda 2063? It is only the ECS IPRT that helps integrate Agenda 2063. You cannot find such integration in RAA or maps. Intelligent dashboard and data visualization, it's only in the IPRT because ARIA does not have this data dashboard, and also maps does not have this data visualization module. Generates reports, it's only the IPRT that automatically generates reports regarding the degree of alignment, the quality of alignment by sector, by dimension. Also the reasons for non-alignment. So the IPRT has many attributes compared to other development planning tools. Okay. This schematic structure shows some of the inbuilt structure of the toolkit. At the highest level, it asks whether a specific goal or agenda is in the national development plan. Then the answer can be either yes or no. If yes, whether that goal is fully integrated or partially integrated. If it is partially integrated, then that the toolkit keeps asking, why partial? Why not fully integrated? Then it provides some kind of reasons. Is it because of lack of data? Is it because of lack of indicator? And so on. If it is fully integrated, then we need to integrate C, goal by goal, target by target, and indicator by indicator. So that is the what you see, that if the answer is yes, then the left side of those questions should be addressed. If the answer to that question is no, so as you can see from the right of the schematic figure, then it also asks us why, reasons, possible reasons. Why? Is it because of lack of skills, lack of data, or what? So that also serves as a basis for this should be asked for each goal, for each target, and for each indicator. So, for example, we have 17 goals for SDGs, 169 targets, and 244 indicators. So for each goal, 17 goals, 169 targets, 244 indicators, we need to ask each of these questions. Yeah, in terms of conclusion, this ECS toolkit has really multiple advantages. It allows the integration of multiple development agendas into national development plans at goal, target, and indicator levels, and also by sector and by dimension. It also helps track progress towards the achievement of SDGs and Agenda 2063. It also produces a harmonized report. So meaning that overall IPRT, you find all in one. You can look at the degree of alignment, you can generate reports, you can track progress, and so on. So you find all in one in IPRT. So this is in brief the background of the integrated planning and the reporting toolkit. Now this is the website of the IPRT toolkit. So what I will going to do next is I will show you how it helps align the integration of continental and global development agendas into national development plans. Okay.